Hello YouTube. You probably don't know who I am, but you've probably seen at least, if you have seen my videos, you have seen my Happy Crack Akatsuki videos. I need to explain first off about that before I go into what this is all about. Um, I didn't have a lot of music at the time. Now I don't have any because I don't have CDs and I just listen to stuff on YouTube and I play things with Audacity, but I don't put that on videos because technically I don't want to do that. But anyways, I did that when I was, I think, it was like 5 years ago, so I was probably 16 almost. Yeah, it was June, so I was 16 and it's already May, so. But I did it when I was a hardcore Naruto fan, and then I got out of anime. Not saying anime's, I don't hate it, but I do like it. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed that, and I don't know if I'm going to get a lot of people liking this video, and I hope I don't lose people, but I know that there is the option to unsubscribe because this video is something that's very controversial, and it offends a whole lot of people. It has the nation divided. And I'm talking about the issue of abortion. And it might sound a little strange that a guy would be talking about this, but I see it all over Facebook. I see it all over Twitter. I see a whole lot of things all over the internet. And look, I am not trying to say that I want to be a bigot or a closed-minded person. On a lot of issues, I've been open-minded to. Even though I favor one particular side to another, I do see other people's points. I understand the issue on birth control. Birth control is something that everybody needs to talk about. I don't think it should be free, but I don't think that you should have to pay $100 for it. And I'm thinking like at stores like CVS, Rite Aid, drugstores in particular. And if you don't have those stores, then you're probably not from the area I'm from. But any drugstore should carry it, just like they should carry contraception. And that's what I'm just gonna say that word, other contraceptives. What am I? Why? But I want to talk to you because this is an issue that divides a lot of people, and I have determined that the more I hear the other side's argument, the more I'm pro-life. And here's why. They always talk about that thing in a woman's body is not alive until it is born, or 3 weeks you can have an abortion. Or no, I'm sorry, 3 months is when you have an abortion because that's the first trimester. Many would argue that it's my body, it's my choice. Well, first off, I want to talk about the whole thing about women's rights. America was founded on the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. 50-50 chance that you'll have a son or a daughter. If a woman is pregnant with a daughter and she aborts that daughter, what rights is that daughter giving? Is she given free contraception? Is she given the choice to have an abortion? Is she given, even though an abortion I don't think is a right, is she given the chance to have free speech? To have her own religious beliefs, or not religious beliefs, her own political affiliations if she chooses? Is she given the chance to be educated? Is she given the chance to even become a rocket scientist or a cancer patient? I mean, cancer curing science, not cancer patient, sorry. I mean, there are a lot of woes in this world, and I wouldn't wish anything on anybody's children. But at the same time, I don't see how you could say that that's not alive. Science proves it. It's biological. You cannot fool everybody. It is a fact that a baby is alive from the minute of conception. And what I'm talking about is, first off, a sperm swims into a ovum. Now that's kind of gross, but, and guess what? It makes a little thing called a zygote, then, or it's an embryo or a zygote, and then it turns into a fetus. And it's the same. It's a human being, regardless. It keeps coming up, coming up, coming up. And like the cells start dividing like crazy. 18 weeks after that conceived thing happened, conceived human is alive, its heart beats. 18 days. And I think, what else? Because I have this banner, and I have to read it again, because it's really true. It says, because I saw this downtown where I live. It says 7 months before I was born, I had fingerprints. And how many months is in a pregnancy? It's like 9.5 months. 9 minus 7 is 2. So 2.5 months this baby has had fingerprints, and its heart's been beating for more, at least a couple weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4, because that's, actually, it's probably been beating for 6. Well, no, it's probably been beating for 4, but that's beside the point. So if it and let's see, by pictures show by the time of 12 weeks, it's already, like, there's hands, there's head, it's got legs, and it can suck its thumb. And of course, people say this is an issue of religion. It might be an issue of religion, it may not be. Atheists are pro-life. Another thing is, I'm gonna say this now. If you're anti-religious, I'm sorry this offends you. God said, I mean, I don't think this will offend you, but I agree with what God said to the prophet Jeremiah. God said, and where's my scripture? Oh no, I have it all the time. Sorry about that. I disappeared on you. God says in Jeremiah chapter 1, and here's what he says. Verse 5, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I dedicated you. It also says, a prophet to the nations I appointed you. Now, maybe we're not going to all be born prophets, but God knew us in the womb. God had a plan for us, and it even says, Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and to give you hope in a future. Plans not to harm you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in the future. I probably said that already. And Psalms 139, verse 13, even says, hold on. It says, for you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. And it also says in Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, that, it says that pretty much we're in the image of God. And here's what it says. Oh my gosh. Sorry. You know what? I just got to read the Bible version then. It says, Genesis chapter 1, verse 28, God created man in his image. In the divine image, he created him. Male and female, he created him. So, why is this a huge issue? Recently, a man by the name of Dr. Gosnow in the city of Pennsylvania, not Pittsburgh, decided that he was going to kill live babies. Not only were they being born, they were coming out, and he just killed them. Also, the people that were working with him, his trainees, weren't even licensed. This man is now on trial. Whether you are pro-life or pro-choice, this thing should bother you, because it tells you that life isn't sacred. They're objectifying babies, and that people don't care if it's alive or not. They'll just kill it. Heck, even Planned Parenthood has a definition of what an abortion is. And what is that? An abortion, let's see, what is an abortion in their minds? Okay, it's not saying, of course, on this side. I had it on, okay. What? can't even see it. Well, their definition is pretty much an abortion is the termination of a pregnancy. Termination means to stop. Termination means to kill. Exterminators kill bugs. Planned Parenthood kills babies. Flat out. It's pretty disgusting. I don't know about you, and I may have divided a whole lot of people, but the other thing about this whole issue is this man did it and didn't care. This should shake us up and wake us up. Look, I understand there were issues, and there are so many things that you cannot compare this issue to. These babies are denied their rights, no matter what gender. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Heck, there's freaking sex selection abortion. If you don't like the gender of your baby, you can just kill it. Oh, I don't want a daughter, or I don't want a son. What is wrong with our country? What is wrong with our morals? What is wrong with this world? It's a sick, sick place. I understand that a lot of people will hate this, a lot of people won't agree, and a lot of people get very offended by this. I am not trying to be intolerant, but I am trying to say I'm two different perspectives. A biological perspective, which I stated that the heart beats 18 weeks, and that you have fingerprints in 2 months when you're a baby. And then in a religious perspective, that God knew us in the womb, that we were fearfully and wonderfully made, and that we were made in the image of God. To conclude, I'd like to just say this. President Ronald Reagan, although he did do things with abortion, he signed them, even though it was probably not the best, I've heard. I'm not the best know-it-all. He did quote this. The people who are pro-choice have already been born. And even though this is probably taken out of context by Dr. Seuss, the fact of the matter is, Horton Hears a Who had when Horton was the elephant and Who's are small people. This was what the end of the story said. A person is a person, no matter how small. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a blessed day, and have a great weekend. Have a great life. I love you. God bless you. You're awesome.